In our first story, despite delays in the delivery of some building materials, the Nsoko area is expected to be completed on schedule.
Workers at the project sites in the Tyne districts of the Bono Ahafo region were feverishly working to meet the October deadline for partial opening when a team of journalists were conducted round. Nesta Kafri Ajuma has more.
Maintenance department, power department and the main stores of the hospital have been roofed and ready for painting and equipment installation. Workers are yet to begin roofing the hospital's morgue, the administration and the pharmacy at the time of Joy News' visit. Our cameras capture these workers doing landscaping of the entire hospital, as well as working to get the walkways and drains ready for the October partial opening. Resident engineer at the Nsoko District Hospital, Mahmoud Omran, says most of the work has already been done with the extension of electricity and potable water to the hospital.
We have some challenge before about the material to site, but now already all the material on site. So we are working to do this partial opening on the time. The partial opening, we mean the administration buildings, outpatient department, and also the pharmacy to be ready. The main gate, the main entrance also will be ready.
Administrator of Eurojet, the Invest contractors of the project, Baba Anaba, said he is impressed with the extent of construction and expressed optimism that the project will be completed on schedule. Nesta Kafuyajoma's report for Joy News.
President John Dramani Mahama has called on Ghanaians to ignore promises he terms as baseless by his main opponent, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo of the New Patriotic Party.
The president, as he toured Accra, urged the electorate not to fall for Nana Akufo-Addo's promise of putting monies in their pockets and rather embrace the opportunities the NDC is willing to create when his government is retained.
The president commenced his campaign activities for the day at about 2 p.m., stopping first at the Abeka market. President Mahama, in a brief address, urged traders at the market not to engage in violence before, during and after this year's polls. We just came to visit you. This is not a rally. I'm only greeting you and reminding you that we are voting on 7th December. Let's all have a good heart and be peaceful during the polls. The NDC presidential candidate then headed to Malamata market, where he reiterated his promise to renovate existing markets if given the nod once more. We are going to make all markets new. We will renovate each. This is because most markets are not in good shape and they're prone to fire outbreak, which leads to loss of our brothers and mothers' words. The president then addressed a mammoth rally at the Kotobabi Park, where he took a swipe at the opposition NPP. President Mahama said, contrary to claims by the opposition NPP that governments literally put money in the pockets of people, that wasn't the case. Governments, he stated, provide opportunities for people.
Sika said that Mika and Rano or Mampenibia Emma and Becase.
What they often say is that they ask people whether they have money in their pockets. Like I said yesterday, no president will ask citizens to kill, so he distributes money to them. If you get money, you need to work. Like I said yesterday, all government can do is to provide schools to ensure that people will be equipped with skills to enable them work and earn money.
And they say, I buy MSc schools, Ama Yakwede school. I buy a vocational school, technical schools, skills development fund. Send your Mabuno, Ebetimia Kosia, or Mosano Juma.
Meanwhile, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Nana Addo, says Ghana will record the slowest economic growth in 22 years under President Mahama's watch as president.
That, according to the third-time presidential hopeful, is a clear indication of how the president's continuous stay in office remains a threat to national security and the economy. Latif Idris was on the campaign trail.
The bus for the New Patriotic Party's campaign has landed in the Anyan Soutum constituency, and the reception and the response of the people has been massive, right from Taboro Junction to Alaji to the University of Pentecost campus. The response of the electors in this constituency has been massive. Now, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party has been addressing the university students. I'm talking about the students of the University of Pentecost. Nana Addo's message is straightforward and simple, that the students must think about their future and that President Mahama remains a threat to the development of the state. We can take a listen to what the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party had to say to the student body.
Every year since Dr. Mahama became president, our economy has shrunk. Every year, shrunk. And this year, we are going to have the slowest rate of growth of our economy for 22 years. What it means is that your ability to walk out of here and get a job is being compromised right now. What I'm trying to leave with you is that 4 more years of John Dramani Mahama will mean that you have no future to go back to.
The parliamentary candidate for the New Patriotic Party and the incumbent MP of this constituency, Shirley Ayokoboche, has also been making references to the issue of unemployment in this country as of now. She called on the student body to vote massively for the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party.
She had a tray on her head, a walker. She was selling anatasana, powder, and so. So I stopped her and I said to her, sister,
who is part of the campaign team, has also been talking about how the New Patriotic Party has a track record when it comes to job creation. He is therefore calling on the Ghanaian electorate to give the New Patriotic Party a chance again to prove how they can turn the economy around.
It's for us to create jobs for the majority of our people. Number 2 is to make sure that Ghanaian businesses work again. There is only one party in this country that has shown by its record in government and also by its vision that they can address these two challenges. And so on the 7th of December, remember that your vote is going to define your own future.
And we know that we can give you a lot more of the election stories, and the Electoral Commission has discounted reports suggesting a number of parliamentary aspirants have been disqualified from contesting the elections this December.
Reports were rife about some 24 contestants in the Ashanti region who had been eliminated from the race, but the Electoral Commission says this is not true. Deputy Head of Communications Yusuf Ayuba told Joy News no such decision had been taken. He blamed the misinformation on an answer to a question posed at a news conference in Kumasi, while the Ashanti Regional Director of the Electoral Commission has more.
We all know that we concluded the nomination process as far as the submission of the nomination forms on the 30th of September. But because of the problem with the deposit payment, we took the forms, received them, but we did not process them because we were waiting for the deposit to be paid. Then the commission said, after the court judgment, that they will not grant the injunction on the deposit, that they were given Monday to process the form. Then the commission sent out a list of political parties and their parliamentary candidates they have paid. So we used that list to process. Then some few of the political parties did not pay through Accra. Then some of the independent candidates too did not continue the process. So as I speak, 24 of the candidates have not submitted their deposit. And because the districts and the region do not have the power to disqualify anybody, we have made our comments on the forms and sent them to Accra for Accra to know what is happening. So we cannot disqualify anybody at the district or the regional level. Once you have not paid the deposit, you cannot call yourself as a candidate. But everything will be determined by the commission and the head office. We have submitted the forms, made our comments on them. For now, I can't make any categorical statement because I don't have the power to say that. But I've sent them to Accra.
The Nima Divisional Police Command, in a bid to ensure a peaceful conduct of the polls in the 3 key constituencies under its jurisdiction, has been engaging the various parliamentary aspirants in those areas.
The meeting on Thursday was also attended by parliamentary aspirants from the Klote-Kole constituency, part of which falls within the jurisdiction of the Nima Command. Divisional Police Commander ACP Vance Gariba urged the aspirants to desist from engaging so-called macho men during this year's elections. Here's a report by Hannah Odami.
The deployment of well-built figures by parties has become a regular feature of elections in Ghana. But these so-called macho men who act as bodyguards have often been blamed for most of the violence recorded during polls. The Nima Divisional Police Commander is not calling for them to be outlawed, but says they must stay as far away from the process as possible.
The elections for 2016-2017 has a lot of security implications for us, and particularly my jurisdiction. Now for me, I have noticed in the past that some political parties have used well-built persons to create uncomfortable situation for the security agencies. And I want to emphasize that I wouldn't, in my jurisdiction, entertain such well-built people moving from one location to another to try to create mayhem.
The CPP candidate for the Klote-Kole constituency, however, suggested a different approach.
If you are looking for the macho men or whatever it is, they have organizations that really brings them up. So I'll plead with the security agencies to call on the directors of the gyms that anybody who comes from your outfit, that gym will be closed forever. So at least we can have peaceful elections, not only for 2016, but for subsequent elections.
3 other aspirants for the Klote-Kole constituency pledged their support for a peaceful election.
One of us is definitely going to be the member of parliament of Klote-Kole. And I don't believe if there's trouble and chaos in Klote-Kole, you would be able to become a successful member of parliament. So there will be no people if we create issues in our constituency. So we pledge to bring peace.
If there's no peace, none of this is going to mean anything anyway, and therefore I'd like to take the opportunity to also pledge my complete commitment towards a peaceful electoral process and a campaign, and on the day of election and post-election as well.
All we are looking forward to is what the will of the majority of the people. So I urge everybody in our constituency to also commit themselves to a very peaceful process. Having said that, I also hope that the managers of the elections, the Electoral Commission, will also be very fair and even-handed so that it will not bring out any perceptions of unfairness.
The District Electoral Officer for Ayawaso, Nantogma Abdul Rashid, advised aspirants on the role of polling agents.
The agents are there to represent the interests of the candidates who brought them there. And so one issue, they should be given the opportunity to observe what is going on there. But you see, sometimes we allow them to stand by our officers and they want to go beyond the rule of observing into instructing the officers on as to what to do. And when you do that for a while, the officer sometimes would get agitated, will get annoyed with you and ask that, please, just move away from me. That's where they go to place them distances that they can't even see what is going on.
For Joy News, my name is Hannah Odami.
And that'll be it for the news. As always, please make sure you get interactive on Facebook. You can find our page there, Joy News on TV. And we have a number on WhatsApp, 0568 100,000. We have to do a review of the newspapers next.
Yeah, stay with us.